mypmnation.com.
Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. Matt from IPMNation.com here at The Planet. With me, as always, working the board is Mr. Tim Martin. If you need a DJ for your event, go to centralNHEvents.com. You can learn all about Tim, and you can hire him. If after learning about him, you decide you would wish to, he will show up to your event or function or whatever you want to call it. Shindig, I think, is a word we used recently, yes. He'll show up and he'll do a great job. CentralNHEvents.com. And sitting here this week with Randy Messineo. Did I say that correctly?
Yes, you did.
All right.
Absolutely.
And you brought some music, a track that you recorded a little while ago, plus some brand new stuff that we're really excited to hear. But do you want to start the show with the big single?
Sure.
Okay. I know I didn't ask you ahead of time, but I guess I just kind of assumed.
That's good. Yeah,
so why don't we start with we'll start with Don't Tread on Me, and then we'll come back and chat.
Sure.
All right, great. So this is Don't Tread on Me from Randy Messineo here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet.
Lines are pretty long at the airport in a country that has turned into one big fort. As the children whine and cry while they wait, 'cause there's strangers in this world spreading hate. I remember the rising sun on a September morning. It happened fast, just like a flash, without warning. Lost some souls in New York, D.C. and the PA fields. Just like a bad dream you wish you never had to feel. So don't tread on me, I'll take you down. If George Washington was here, he'd say fight for higher ground. Yeah, we fly our flag, and we fly it right, for those who guard us in the day and through the night. Some hung their heads low, yet some cried a tear. Some stood up and tall, like heroes without fear. We're coming over the mountains, across the desert dunes, yeah, through the deepest waters, yeah, we're coming after you. Remember our freedom didn't come so easy, and it sure as hell it didn't come for free. If not for our heroes, yeah, ready to fight and willing to die, there'd be no you, there'd be no me, yeah, that's no lie. So don't tread on me,
don't tread on me,
I'll take you down.
I'll take
Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. Matt from IPMNation.com sitting here with Randy Messineo. And a few minutes ago, we heard the track Don't Tread on Me. And I know that you did that a little while ago, and you've got some new stuff, too, that we're going to be playing tonight. Really looking forward to hearing the new stuff. But what can you tell us about that track? Obviously, it's topical and relevant to what's going on in the world today.
Well, Don't Tread on Me covers a lot of... it's centered around 911, so it kind of focuses on that. But I look at it in many different ways. Some of it's the historical part, where we've come as a country, and we've been pretty well isolated for a while. And I don't call it isolated, but protected from the evil or whatever's out there. And then 911 occurred, and it's kind of like we all kind of retreat a little bit and then get our thoughts together and so on. And this song is to me, it's kind of taking those thoughts in. Hey, where are we? Where were we as a nation and so on? And hey, this is who we are. And
right,
this happened in our backyard, and we need to take care of our backyard. And it's okay to think like that.
Right.
A lot of people don't want to think that way today, but it's okay to be proud of who you are as a nation. And hey,
Well, let me ask you, do you run into people who, what kind of reactions do you get when people hear the song? Does it vary in terms of the content? Or?
A lot of the reaction is that it's pro-military, and it is. I mean, you can definitely take it like that, and I was in the military for a while, so definitely is that. But it's not, when I wrote it, I didn't intend for it to be like a war song, but if you have the uniform on, it definitely can become kind of like your motto in a sense.
Sure.
But a lot of people take it, a lot of veterans and folks I run into in the different venues, they like it. It kind of, that when they see the video, they like the historical aspect, how it goes back to the different wars and the different time periods. And so they really get the message.
Yeah.
And if you ask me, hey, well, what is the message? I couldn't really tell you in a sentence. There's many messages you could get from it.
Sure. In listening to it, it feels very different than something like, say, that I forget that song Toby Keith did, where he's really kind of beating you over the head with, with your song. You could take it different ways, but you're not necessarily. It seems like you're not trying to beat somebody over the head with the pro-military thing. It's right. More just here's where we are, as opposed to saying something very specific and very. I don't want to say blatant, but you could take it a couple of different ways, but it doesn't feel forced. Or do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Right. I think the best way to explain it for me is the patriotic aspect of it. It feels real patriotic.
Right.
It can kind of psych your innards up when you're when I hear it every time in the car. I get a different feeling from it almost every time I hear it.
Sure.
And I think folks, they put it on over and over, and they tell me every time they listen to it, they like it more.
Yeah.
And they're getting different pieces out of it. So.
Yeah.
So as long as they're getting some kind of message out of it, that's the intent.
And did you write it by yourself, or are you the sole songwriter?
I wrote the words, all the lyrics by myself. Recorded it with the Timothy Paul Band, and they provided the bass, the drums, and the lead.
Oh, great!
And of course all the mixing and mastering at Riverside Recording up in Berlin, New Hampshire. So they played a very integral part in putting this together.
And we've had them on the show. We've had them on Local Outbreak.
Right, and they're awesome.
Yeah, absolutely,
awesome band. And I've done, as you listen to the CD I brought you here today. There's two other songs on there that I did do with the Timothy Paul Band.
Okay.
Using their bass, lead, and drum expertise. And it definitely comes out, I think, on those tracks.
Have you known them a long time?
No, I have not. I've met them in April, May, and because I was hunting out a recording studio to do some recording, and I got the lead on them, and I gave them a call, and pretty much magic since then. I mean, I went in the studio, nice setup, very professional, and I says, okay, well, this is what I have.
Yeah.
And of course, I come out of there with something totally different than what I envisioned,
really?
Which was positive, which is very good. I mean, I envision an acoustic. This is how I'm going to do it, because I usually perform solo. But once I heard the lead, the drums, the bass, it was like, hey, this is awesome, and so let's do some more.
That's interesting. So when you originally went in there, your plan was to do just kind of a stripped down, just you and an acoustic guitar type thing?
Right.
Whose idea was it when you got there? Did Tim say to you, well, why don't we try doing this with a full band, or how did that happen?
Well, Tim was saying, well, we could do this with some bass. We could add some drum to it. We could, play around with it, and let's let the band hear it. Let them hear the acoustic track and see what kind of ideas they have.
Sure.
And that's pretty much what we've done with that whole CD is for the songs that they're on, they'll take it and listen to it, and we come in the studio, and it's like they're like already a part of it.
Right.
They already have it. And when I hear it, it's like, yeah, that's what I meant. So it's kind of
that's really cool.
It is. It's awesome, man. I love working with them. They're great. Yeah.
Have you played live with them at all, or do you have any plans to do that?
Right after we recorded that "Don't Tread on Me," there was a United We Band concert at the Notre Dame Arena in Berlin, and it was like a week after we did the final cut on that I got to play my last set before the Timothy Paul Band came up, and when they came up, we played "Don't Tread on Me" together.
Oh, okay.
So that was awesome.
Oh, very cool.
Hopefully down the road somewhere I might, join them if requested to do so, and would be glad to do some stuff with them. But
sure.
Yeah, they're an awesome group to work with. So.
And for the new tracks, they played on some of them, but not all of them. Is that correct?
Right. There's 4 more tracks that I recorded, and 2 are solo.
Okay.
And then 2 are with the band.
Yeah.
And definitely, and as I listen to it, there's one of my solos that I can envision the band doing with.
Oh, no kidding! Yeah,
I can envision the drums and the bass, and I'm kind of kicking myself, but I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's always another CD down the road. So.
That's right. You can always do new versions of them with the full band.
Oh yeah.
And are you from the same area that they are?
I'm from Gorham, New Hampshire, which is about 7 miles south of Berlin. So
oh, okay.
Right up the street.
So you're close, yeah.
Right.
I've never been to Gorham. I've been to Berlin. I remember I went there once for a wedding, and I noticed they don't put street signs in their downtown. It's very frustrating. Is Gorham like that?
Gorham has street signs.
Really? Yeah, that's good.
They do. So
yeah.
But Gorham's a nice little town. It's, just like I said, just south of Berlin. But there's a pub I play in Gorham called the Salt Pub, and it's right down the street. So all my material gets pub tested before I do recording. So
sure. How much material do you have? Do you have you've been doing this a long time, right? You must have a lot of tunes.
Yeah, I have a lot of. I do a lot of cover tunes, of course, and but as I'm going through the weeks here, I'm laying down some more of my own material. So maybe 3-4 months I might be ready to do some more recording.
Have you found that in the process of going into the studio and recording, has that kind of maybe helped spark your creativity? Do you find yourself wanting to write more now that you're in the mode of recording?
Absolutely. Especially when I take it down there and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I was only going to do a couple songs and then wait a while, but I just started spitting a few more out and took them down there, and we got busy. So things evolve.
Have you written other tunes that are kind of patriotic, or do you?
I have a few more.
Yeah,
they're not really titled yet or anything. They're just little bits and pieces. "Don't Tread on Me." I actually started it. Had the thought in my mind after 9/11, of course, so 10 years ago, and put some lyrics down about a year or so. But I just every time I played it, it was different.
Really?
And so once I actually made the date to do some recording with it, I finished it up.
Yeah.
Like a week before. I was like, okay, I got to finish this now because I put myself in a corner, which was good. And then other material just started evolving. So I actually did a few things just on the side there, and I said, okay, well, let's just make this a whole CD. So
sure.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how much original material you have at this point? How many songs? You must have quite a bit.
Probably have another 10 or 15 in the on-deck circle, so to speak.
Yeah. And there's a video of you that I would have known it was there if you hadn't told me about it, of you on YouTube playing a song from a long time ago.
Yes, I think it was 88, 89.
And that was, what was that song called? That was something with a...
It's called America on the Run.
Yeah.
And that was written based off the terrorist attacks in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
And it's, I don't know how a lot of people listen to it and they like that song. So
yeah.
It's getting some hits on there. But when I wrote it, it was kind of, not that terrorism was brand new to us, but
sure.
in the 80s, it was like, well, whoa, what's going on here?
Right.
And it was, for a minute there, we were kind of on the run psychologically, if you know what I'm saying.
Sure, absolutely.
Not really knowing how to react, not knowing exactly what things we should be doing as a country. And so I kind of came up with that song. And
do you still play it now when you play it?
No, I haven't played it since.
Really? Yeah.
I haven't, no.
Any plans to reintroduce it into the set list?
I might.
Yeah.
I might have to refine it a little bit.
Really? Yeah. Right. Is it one of those... It's always interesting to talk to songwriters who, when they reflect back on work that they had done early in their career, is it something that you look back on and you say, if I had it to write over, I might do it differently, or are you basically happy with it? Or...
I was happy with it at the time.
Sure.
My concern with it, I guess, would be how do people interpret it?
Oh,
because when you say America on the Run, it doesn't sound right. And that doesn't sit well with me today, so I'm kind of reluctant to really play that out there. If you knew the true meaning of it, then you could really relate to it.
Sure.
It's really a pro-American song.
I understand what you mean by the title, though. And it's funny,
right.
it hadn't occurred to me until you said that, but I can see where someone might take the title the wrong way.
Right.
And then, of course, once someone psychologically has it in their mind what they think the title means, then they're going, no matter what they might hear during the song, that's at the forefront of their mind, what they think it means.
Right.
So that makes sense. So you did bring some more tunes here tonight. So I'm anxious to hear another track of the new stuff, because I haven't heard any of this yet either. What do you want to play?
800,000 Gone is one of the songs I have on there, and that would probably be a good one to start. That's you want a little history?
Oh, please. That? Yeah, I was going to ask you what it means.
That was written based on the missing kids in this country. And 800,000 Gone is a figure I used. If you look on the missing children websites, there's approximately 797,000 missing kids reported a year.
Really?
Yes.
I would not have expected that number to be that high.
I would not either.
Wow.
And, there's a good portion of that, that they're abducted or whatever by family.
Sure.
And things like that. And then there's a certain portion that are abducted by friends or runaways and so on. But it's 797,000 plus. So
wow.
That's what I based the name of the tune on, is 800,000 Gone.
Okay.
And throughout that song, it's kind of like the child's voice.
Okay. Speaking
in a sense. So when you hear that, and when you hear the harmonica and you hear the lead, you think of the kids' plea and them talking. That's how I tried to write it and come through as the children that are missing.
Oh, interesting.
And if you look at the news today, I mean, every time I pop on an AOL or something, there's somebody else missing.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So. Okay. Well, I look forward to hearing this then. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay. So this is 800,000 Gone from Randy Messineo. Am I getting it right?
Yes.
All right. Randy Messineo here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet.
There are many among us, but we're not here today. 800,000 of us gone. Somebody took us away. Will they ever bring us back? That remains to be seen. My whole life is under attack, like a nightmare, my worst dream. You say you're looking for me. How come my eyes don't see you? Sometimes my face is on the TV. Where are you now? Where were you yesterday? used to live next to your town. Where I live now, no one cares. Wish I could crawl into the ground. Don't like my state of affairs. You say you're really missing me, and the suffering is making you tired. I'm still thinking about what I could be, but I'll never get a chance to light that fire. You say you're looking for me. How come my eyes don't see you? Sometimes my face is on the TV. Where are you now? Where were you yesterday? Where are you now? Where were you yesterday? Us are still living, and some of us are dead. Some of us are little nightmares, yeah, running through your head. You say you're looking for me. How come my eyes don't see you? My face is all over the TV. Where are you now? Where were you yesterday? Where are you now? Where were you yesterday?
100.1 The Planet's local outbreak with IPMNation.com.
All right, here we go. Local outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. Matt from IPMNation.com here with Randy Messineo here at the Planet Studios. And tell me, Randy, about your influences. What do you listen to? Where do you draw inspiration from?
Well, I listen a lot to Dylan, Mellencamp, Creedence Clearwater, stuff like that, and that's where I try to get my. Those are my favorite artists, and so I get a lot of feeling from them. My material that I come up with, I usually look at things that bug me, like the missing kids or the economy or death, dying, whatever it is that kind of really gets you. It gives you ideas, and some of those things are hard to deal with. So the best thing to do is to write about it and put it out. Yeah, and it's kind of a a distressor to just kind of put that stuff down on paper and sing about it. Yeah. So it kind of does that for me, but I get my ideas off different events and things like that.
Did you start writing songs pretty young?
I actually started writing songs in the 70s. I used to have a whole notebook I used to carry around of just written lyrics. Yeah. And I would get a gig or two. I was down in New Mexico for a while, and I got a gig at a place that was in between bands. So when a band took a break, I would play for 10, 15 minutes. Sure. And I knew 3 songs. So that was a problem. So in between all that, I would throw some of my material in. Yeah. And some of it I would write on the spot.
Oh, no kidding.
If it got an applause, I claimed it. And if it didn't get an applause, if it got a boo or something, it wasn't my song. Yeah. It was John so-and-so's. But that's how I started writing it. I got myself in a jam. I started getting some gigs, and I didn't have anything. Huh. I mean, I could do Neil Young. I could do some Dylan. But sure. 3, 4, 5 songs didn't last. So
So you'd be able to write songs on the fly, just you by yourself, and you'd come up with lyrics,
Right.
or what they call freestyling in hip hop. That's interesting. I mean, is it easy for you to do that? Because not everyone can do that.
It was easy for a while when I first started doing it, and then it got very, very difficult.
Really?
And then over the last, I would say, 6 months, it's even as the weeks go by, it's getting easier to do.
Really?
One of the tracks that are on there, it's called Dead Ends. I just slammed that down in like half an hour. I just wrote the lyrics. I had this beat that I couldn't get out of my head, and I started throwing it on the acoustic, and I said, yeah, that's it. And nothing complicated,
Sure.
Kind of trying to be a simple person. But the lyrics just came, and when you listen to it, it really gets you to think about a lot of things. And, when you hear the title Dead Ends, it means different things. You're at a dead end or dead ends.
Right.
I mean, it's just a lot of things about it.
Yeah.
So, and as I listened to it, it's everything I wanted to put down. It's exactly what I was thinking in that short period of time, and it's actually kind of stuck with me. So
Sure.
yeah, but it's getting easier for some scary reason.
Right. Have you ever written just kind of your basic, your basic, almost, I don't want to say generic, but your typical love song or something like that? Because it seems like you almost wonder if it's compulsive that you have to go for topics that require, some thought and some insight. I mean, do you ever step back from that and just write something simple that's kind of light, or do you keep it topical?
I used to write love songs here and there, but
Really?
every time I wrote it, the other person would break up with me. So she would always leave. So I said, okay, so I'm leaving the love song business to someone else. Plus, I think all the love songs have already been written.
Right. Yeah,
So
exactly.
So I the topics, I don't feel like I need to write about the topics or events, but I feel driven to. I feel like I don't have a choice. That's all that's bouncing out of my head.
Sure.
So that's what drives me to write like that. And,
Yeah.
And even more so today, I think the media blasting us with one thing at a time. That's all we're hearing, and to me, it's my way to get it back out.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of saying, I've had enough, here, back at you.
Right.
And then I kind of get relieved of that topic.
Yeah.
Like the economy, or there's one in there about relationships that I wrote, but it's not a love song.
Okay.
It's actually just life, and but we can listen to that one later and you'll understand it. But a lot of folks they like that. They catch on to it. They're even singing the chorus part, which is kind of scary to me.
Sure.
So, but it's comforting as well. I'm glad they do.
Right.
So.
How do you, everyone hates this question, but how do you describe your own music in terms of trying to put it into a genre or something like that? Is it Americana? It's not?
I guess you could call it that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Natural is naturalist. Is that a new term we can create here? No. But I guess Americana. I mean, it's, for me to explain, it is a tough question. But for what I do is I just say, I write something simple. I write something that people can relate about. And when I hear it back, if I can understand it first time I hear it, clarity, simple terms, and so on, I don't need there's enough mysteries in life, I don't want to write a mystery song.
Sure.
So I'm thinking if I can get it back right away, then I think most folks can get it back right away.
Yeah.
So I kind of write like that.
Yeah. Do you you mentioned some of your influences like Creedence and Mellencamp, and is there anyone more recent, anyone kind of modern who influences you? Or I know you're a teacher, so you must be exposed to a lot of contemporary music.
I'm exposed to a lot of different types of music working around kids, but I don't understand it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. People tell me I should, or I do, but I don't. Actually kind of scares me sometimes.
Really?
So makes me want to go write something else. But I can't. I don't know. I think it's too complicated, or it's not. I'm looking for clarity.
Sure.
And if I'm listening to something, if it's got a good beat, that's good. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
But if it's not clear to me, I mean, there's just too many things complicating life. I don't need a bunch of lyrics and different things in my head that's going to mix me up any more than I am. So
Sure. Do you think modern music, a lot of it is overproduced? Is that where you think that complicatedness about it comes from? You hear auto-tune a lot in modern stuff, which is horrendous, in my opinion.
Right. I try to avoid those kind of questions.
Yeah.
I don't like commenting on other types of music. If it's too complicated for me, then I try to find something else.
I gotcha.
I'll dust off an old Dylan CD now. They're on CDs, but and I'll listen to that.
Yeah.
But
when did you start playing guitar? How old were you?
well, I started playing when I was about. When I say started, I was just hitting some strings.
Sure. Probably
when I was, when the Beatles came out, when I was 8 or 9 or 10.
Yeah.
We had to take lessons. If you had an instrument, you had to take a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
So I took lessons.
Yeah.
And after 3 or 4 years, I mean, all I knew was bing, bing, bing. I couldn't play a chord, couldn't read music. And so gave it up. And then after high school, I started picking it up again and started playing a few chords.
Yeah.
I would get taught a few chords. And I actually went back for lessons when I was like in my late 20s.
Oh, no kidding.
I paid for lessons.
Yeah.
And I wanted to learn bar chords and how to read. And after about 4 or 5 weeks, I asked the guy that was teaching me, and I said, how am I doing? He says, well, you're paying me every week on time. I said, but what do you think there's any? He goes, I could take you money every week if you want me to.
Huh.
I said, well, do you think I haven't? He goes, no.
Really?
Give it up. Give up the bar chords and whatever you think you're trying to learn, and just stick with what you're doing, because I play by ear.
Yeah.
So I can't read music.
So he wasn't saying that you're hopeless in terms of your playing. He was just saying that what you were doing was already working for you?
He said it was okay, but as far as trying to expand and learn bar chords and learn how to read music, give it up, son.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I was paying for someone to tell me that.
Right.
So that hurt. But so I tried to just get better at what I could do. So, So I tried to pick up, and that was way back. So
right.
Hopefully I've come a little further.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, in listening to your music, obviously, you come across, you sound confident in what you're doing when you're playing. Right. So, I mean, that's you playing. You're doing all the acoustic guitar, right, on the discs. And,
right.
Mm-hmm. Are you doing electric guitar as well? Or?
No, that's Timmy J.
Okay.
He's doing the lead.
Yeah.
And he's doing the electric rhythm parts on that as well. So, which really ties those songs in nice.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
He does what I would like to do someday on a guitar.
Oh, really? Yeah. And in terms of vocals, did you start singing at a young age? Or?
I was singing once I started getting a few gigs. I would sing. Yeah. Of course, I wasn't anything with the instrumentalist part, so I had to sing.
Sure.
It was pretty much a desperation thing.
Sure.
But I mean, I started singing when I was strumming. I would sit there on a picnic table out in the woods and play 8 hours a day, 3 songs that I knew.
Yeah. I think you have a unique voice. When I heard you for the first time, when I heard the track "Don't Tread on Me" for the first time, I couldn't quite. I mean, most singers you can kind of say, okay, he sounds like so and so, but hearing you, I couldn't quite say, okay, well, he sounds like a specific person. To me, you sound unique. Is there anyone that you think you sound like, or that you've been told you sound like?
I mean, some people say Dylan, but I don't think it's. I don't think it's Dylan.
No, I don't think so either.
So I don't know.
Yeah,
I just.
It's a good thing, though. To be able to sound unique. And not be able to pigeonhole you or tie you to somebody else. So that's good. Right. Well, why don't we play another track? What do you want to play?
I think that song "Dead Ends" would be good. That's a acoustic solo track with the harmonica in it.
Great. Okay.
And that's the one I wrote that I had wanted to lay down just with acoustic.
Yeah.
But the more I hear it, I can hear drums, and I can hear bass. So anyway.
And that's you playing the harmonica as well?
Harmonica as well, yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, great. So this is Dead Ends from Randy Messineo here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet.
Put me out, just leave me alone. I'm not ready to give up my home. I'm too young to leave, and I think I'll stay for a while. I know that makes you smile. I was born with a wide open mind. Knew no hate, and life was all kind. As I grew up in days and years, laughed and cried many tears, somehow it felt like a dream. Yet time endlessly spins away. It's what you do, it's not what you say. Sometimes I just watch people pass in front of my face. Feels like life is just some big race. Every morning the sun rises, life gives us many surprises. Some are good and some are bad. Approaching the finish line, some make it right on time. I took all the time that I had. Yeah. The light, and sometimes I don't. They say hurry up, but I know I won't. You're gonna miss out on all the fun, but when life is done, it's done. I've had all the fun I'm gonna have. Like the rain when it's hitting my face. Don't like too many people in my space. It's hard to see what life's about, so I'll be checking out. See you on the other side.
Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. Matt from IPMNation.com here at The Planet with Randy Messineo. And this has been a great conversation. Really cool to have someone in who... We haven't had too many artists who really work in your genre, so this is cool. You know, on Local Outbreak, we try to have all different kinds of music on the show, but you're one of the more unique people that we've had in. And what are your what does the future hold for you? Are you gonna you just put out these new songs, this new batch of songs? You did mention earlier you might be recording some more soon as well, or?
I'm looking at about 3 or 4 months from now, trying to have another 4 or 5 songs ready in the studio. So, and that might be wishful thinking, but I mean, I have some material I'm working on, but it's kind of like one of those periods I'm in right now where I just need to put it down for a bit and do what I'm doing, and then pick it back up.
Sure.
But the creativity is, I got my mind churning there with some ideas. So And then, of course, the world events and news may drive something tomorrow,
Sure.
But I plan to do that. Right now I'm playing a lot of different gigs in different places, farmers markets, pubs, and the Mountain View Grand Resort up in Whitefield.
Oh, great.
I've been fortunate enough to go up there and play by the pool, so
yeah,
that's kind of nice. It was hot a couple of days up there. I actually asked some people, was offered to pay them to push me in the pool, but they wouldn't. They wouldn't do it. I said, I just need one good accident so I can cool off.
There you go.
They wouldn't do it. They're too kind.
Yeah.
But, I enjoy that, though. I want to do that throughout the winter and just kind of keep that little bit of a nightlife going. And kind of balances my day,
How often do you play out? Do you play out every weekend?
Well, I pretty much do now.
Yeah.
I have the pub down the street. I usually play there Friday nights, unless I have something else. But that's kind of like my home stadium, I guess you could say.
And where is that again?
Field. The Salt Pub. It's in Gorham. It's right below Libby's Bistro. Okay. Very, very nice, quaint, small pub.
Yeah.
Good food. I have my little corner in there. And
excellent.
It's awesome. I can watch the rain, the snow, whatever from the windows.
Yeah.
It's just nice. It's like a basement pub.
Yeah.
And it's set up real nice. The folks there are real nice. So it's just a fantastic place.
Do you do a long set there when you play there?
I play there about 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So
excellent. Good.
Yeah. So I enjoy that. And I'm going to continue doing that at least through the fall and winter, and then probably try to stay up at that Mountain View Grand. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
And there's a few other folks that are interested in having me different places. So I'll play it by ear, like how I do, and we'll see what happens.
And for the spelling impaired, for those who want to find you online so they can keep up on what shows you have coming up and new music that you have coming out and whatnot, how do we spell your last name?
It's Messineo.
Okay, very
Messineo,
good.
Yes.
Very good. And you have a profile page on IPMNation.com too that people can check out. And are you on Facebook?
Kind of, sort of. My wife opened my Facebook account, so I'm on there.
Yeah.
Once in a while, I deactivate it when I panic if people want to be my friend. It's kind of...
Really?
It's still new to me.
Yeah.
Well, I had my kids wanting to be my friend, so I deactivated it. She goes, well, I says, we're parents. We can't be both. I just got confused. So my wife keeps activating it.
It's an interesting dilemma.
So I'm actually getting better with it now.
Yeah.
She'll say, why you're walking down the hall like that? Well, I said, I got tagged 3 times today. I thought that was a bad thing. Tagged is actually a good thing. So.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's different. It's all new to me.
You'll get there.
By the time I get there, Facebook will be like 8 tracks,
Right. Everyone will have moved on to Google Plus is the new one.
I'm slow with that. But, yeah.
You'll get there. Well, thanks, Randy, and we're going to play another track in a second to wrap up, but I do want to thank, as always, Mr. Tim Martin. Go to centralnhevents.com. If you need a DJ for your event, you can find Tim there. His likeness, his contact info, not literally him, but
I don't live there.
He doesn't live at the website. He's a busy man. He has other things to do. But you can contact him through the site. So I definitely recommend his services, centralnhevents.com. And I want to remind everybody, too, if you like what you heard tonight, if you want to be able to save and download and listen to tonight's broadcast again and again, you can go to ipmnation.com/local outbreak, where we have all the shows archived except for one. The first original episode of Local Outbreak is not there. But I will get it. I will get it, damn it. And the archive will be complete. So anyway, thanks to everybody for listening tonight. Randy, thanks again for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
And what do you want to play to wrap up the show?
I think I'd like to play Just Walk Away.
Okay.
Yeah.
And any story behind this one? Or
the story behind this one is pretty much when you want to tell life for people just to piss off. It's just a very nice way. When you hear it, it almost sounds like a relationship kind of song, but
sure,
it's your relationship with life and events and things. And
okay,
sometimes it's just good to walk away.
Absolutely.
Okay, so.
All right. Well, Randy, I almost said your name the wrong way. Randy Messineo.
Yes.
Thanks very much for joining us here today.
Thank you.
This is Just Walk Away here on Local Outbreak on 100.1 The Planet. Thanks, Randy.
You're welcome.
this life that we live, there's a time to take and to give, and you try to make a little sense of it all. When you feel all boxed in and the pressure rising within, and you think that it will lead to some big fall, just walk away, walk away. Don't give it a second thought, just walk away and leave it all behind. Just walk away, walk away. Don't give it a second thought, just walk away and leave it all behind. Take your life, take it back. There's no reason to live it jacked. We sometimes need a safe place where we can hide. Times are hard, times are tough. Sometimes we've had enough. At least you have your dreams to get you by. Just walk away, walk away. Don't give it a second thought, just walk away and leave it all behind. Just walk away, walk away. Don't give it a second thought, just walk away and leave it all behind. Relationships like a kid in a candy store. You say you're really growing tired of it, but you're always back for more. Just walk away, walk away. Don't give it a second thought, just walk away and leave it all behind. Just walk away, walk away. Don't give it a second thought, just walk away and leave it all behind.
.1, the planet's local outbreak with IPMNation.com.
The Planet's local outbreak is recorded weekly at the studios of 100.1 The Planet. It's engineered by Tim Martin of CentralNHEvents.com. Matt Connerton of IPMNation.com is the host of The Planet's local outbreak. The show is produced and edited by Annie Biello of 100.1 The Planet. For artist links and details about The Planet's local outbreak, log on to The Planet's Entertain Me page, WPNHFM.com. The Planet's local outbreak is available for download anytime online, IPMNation.com/local outbreak. The Planet's Local Outbreak is a product of 100.1 The Planet and Northeast Communications.